Hello friends. Welcome to Kira's YouTube channel. Here we focus on tips to grow your cat's Instagram account and other kitty related topics. It's the best of Keeks, unedited and using my phone. Hi Kira. Hi Kira. So she felt like she was in a playful mood just now, so I thought, why don't I make a quick video for you guys about what I do when I post on Instagram. So the first thing I do when I get on Instagram is I don't actually post immediately. I scroll through my feed and I make a few comments, meaningful comments, 4 words or more so that they count. And I'll talk about this with the engaging meaningfully in another video. But that's what I do initially, is comment on a few friends and other posts that I see. It doesn't matter, whatever I just see that's in the feed, I'll get started that way. Then I go in and start to set up my post. So for my post, I have a method to this. I do have a grid that I plan out ahead of time, and of course I'm trying to pick her best pictures, and I've edited them. That's just the basic for the picture. For the actual post, I will write it down in my notes on my phone ahead of time. And I will make sure to have the caption include something fun about the picture, but also like a question. I always try to do that. And to boost engagement, I will have more tips about how to write questions in the comments and everything. Not questions in the comments, sorry. Questions in order to boost your engagement by getting more comments. I'll probably do another like captioning video later on, but basically I ask a question. And then I, copy what I had written in my notes on my phone into Instagram. Then I go ahead and tag the accounts I want to tag if I'm looking for a feature. So I make sure to use their hashtag as well. Maybe I don't always do. I mean, I'm sure I forget sometimes. But I'm a person, I don't always tag a bunch of accounts. And this is something I'll get into in another video as well, like when you're trying to get a feature and stuff like that. But basically for the post, I tag, whoever I want, like adventure cats or Siberian cat lovers, that type of thing. And after that, I'll, of course, oh, I forgot to say earlier, yes, I do add hashtags. I use all 30. There's sometimes some debate about how many hashtags to use. I just use all of them every time. And I'll do another video more specifically about hashtag strategy, because this I'm trying to keep really brief. But basically, overall, I do try to use a mix of things, both cat and non-cat related. I'll use cat hashtags, but in different languages to try to reach a wider audience. So those are some basic tips for those. And then I will, okay, so let's see, make sure the photo is edited, nice. Yes, caption, ask a question, tag the photo, use a wide range of hashtags. Oh, and then here's a tip that some of you may not know or be using. I go into, oh, I forget what it's called. I do this every day, but I forget. Advanced settings. Okay, there is a part in advanced settings called alternative text. You scroll to the bottom. Alternative text is something where you can write out a description of what your photo is about. Now, this is for people who might have some challenges with sight, and they are, still on the platform or using the platform, but would benefit from a description about what the picture is about, or what's happening in the photo. So I go ahead and just write out a short description about what's happening. I also try to make it a little bit detailed. I mean, it's still short. It's only like 3 sentences, but I don't say, oh, here's a picture of my cat taking a walk. That's how I start it. I might say a picture of and I specify my Siberian kitten taking a walk at the park. She is in a tree looking up at the sky. It is a very nice day out. It's sunny and whatever. I don't say whatever, but I add a little bit more to make sure you're describing whatever you can about the scene. And then I say she's a golden tabby with white tummy and socks. She has a pink leash on. So that end part that I say she's a golden tabby, I keep that in every, I have that just saved in my notes, so I don't have to constantly write it again. And the first part of it I change, and it usually ends with that description of her body just to make it a little bit easier. So I go ahead and add that alt text in there as well to give it a good description of the picture. Now, I mean, this kind of extra detail is going to help, and it's important because it's showing Instagram that you're using all the features And that's just, I think, a general rule is if you want to grow, to use different features that they put out or they have as options for you. So just like I will mention, in other videos coming up, how it's good to do stories, it's good to go live, it's good to try to use the different features, even if you want to give IGTV a try. When you're doing a post, it's definitely a good idea to try to do everything you can that they're asking you. You want to write up the description, use your hashtags properly, try to use a good hashtag strategy. Tag a few people, however many you want, if you're trying to be featured or engage with other accounts. And location, I can't remember if I said I did location, but I add that as well. And then do your alternative text. Now, this can sound like a lot, and it kind of is at the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, it starts to be better, and you can start to get better and faster at it. So don't give up, just keep trying to improve your posting. And that type of thing. So I think I forgot to mention, yes, like I said with location. So for me, I just put Denver, or like the city that I'm in, or where the picture was taken. But for some other people, they might include the exact location if they're at a museum or something like that. To be very specific. I don't know why I'm saying museum, I think, because I kept seeing a cute ad for some kitties at a museum in Seattle recently that kept popping up. So that was pretty cute. But for the most part, it's up to you if you want to post if you're at a specific park or something, or just use your city. Because I take Kira to parks that are kind of near where I live, that's why I prefer just to say city, but it's all about your comfort level and what you feel comfortable sharing. But at the very least, I put that it's in Denver, or if I'm in Kansas, sorry, Keeks, or if we're in Kansas, I like to put, that we're in Kansas, or that's where the picture was taken at the time because we were on a walk out there. Okay, so then I go ahead and share, make sure it all goes through. And then what I guess I would advise you to do is to still stay active or be around for as long as you can, up to an hour after you post. There's a lot of people who say that if you respond to comments responding to all your comments within the first hour is really the best thing to do. And I think that's very effective. And, but if you're a busy person, if you can at least just make sure to be around for even the first 15 minutes to half an hour after you post to respond to comments, that's still good. I think anything you can do is good. It's much worse to just post and let it sit there and not comment or respond to anyone ever on your post if people are making comments. You're not going to be building engagement or getting followers by just posting and then walking away. So you want to be responding to your comments within the first hour at the very least. It's nice if you can get to all of them eventually, but as you do start to grow, sometimes it does become difficult and unrealistic when people start to get a ton of comments and they just simply can't respond to everything. But definitely try to respond to what comes up, right away in the moment and stuff when people are responding there in the first hour. And what I would do is not constantly refresh it or obsess about it. Try to be productive during that time. If you are able to be on Instagram during that time for the first half an hour to an hour after you post, go onto other accounts and keep commenting on others, and then go back to yours and see if there's any more comments. Try to kind of switch it up. Don't just be too obsessive about it. I know that's kind of hard sometimes when, if you're starting out, you just want to see, is there a new comment, or just refresh it, or you're trying to look at your likes, or, whatever it is. But don't worry about it. Just, I would say keep engaging, because that's going to help. Like, comment on other posts within the first hour, and then go back to check yours. Just to make sure you can respond to comments. Oh, and another important part I totally forgot to mention is that it is a very good idea to share your post to your stories. So you want to, after you post, you hit the little share button, which looks just like the DM. It's like a little paper plane, and you'll have an option that comes down that says share to my story or to your stories. Absolutely hit that button to share it to your stories. And what I like to do is just put it, write a little something about the post, like I was at the park today, or check out my, excited face or something, tap here. So you're kind of teasing it in your own stories. And what you can do, and I'll talk more about stories in another video, or like in the other video I did, you can look up how to make stories on YouTube, which might help with like an actual tutorial or something. But you can also put search for stickers and stuff that say tap here, or what does it say? Or new post. And so when people click that, it's going to take them automatically to your post. And then what I also like to do is put like some hashtag that might be related. I end up using Kitty Love a lot because that usually gets posted to the Kitty Love hashtag group. You can even put your location on your stories. You just want to, you know, maybe take that extra step as well. You know, if you've got the time, it'll just boost engagement and get your post out to even more people. So yeah, that's what I like to do too. Is after you post, immediately try to share it to your stories. It's just letting people know that you posted and that they can click on it and check it out. Now, you before in the past, I didn't always do this correctly. You definitely have to click the little plane, the paper airplane, you know, type of thing to get your post to get into stories to be shared properly. In the past, sometimes I did a screenshot or I did something different and then added the sticker. The sticker really only works if you're see if I can get her to go up here. If you shared it properly to stories. So I hope that makes sense. But basically, just if you did what I said first, to go to your not story. I'm mixing up all the words. I'm so sorry. Go to your post. Click the airplane, share it to your stories, and then put a sticker on it within stories that says new post or tap here. That will link it to your post. Okay. If I said that slowly enough, I think that was correct. And so, yeah, after that, it is, you know, a lot of detail, but, you know, after that, I just keep commenting and seeing who comments back and, letting it kind of get out there that way. So I hope this was helpful to kind of, you know, a little primer on what I do for my posting. I will be back with more videos on specifically kind of tips for editing, not just the editing apps I use, but the different features. I love it when she jumps through there. Kira, I'm waiting till you get too big and then you might get stuck. Yeah, maybe you guys will all witness that someday. But anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I will be having some more videos, more specifically on the, not just which editing apps to use. Some people have asked me. I use Snapseed and Lightroom. Well, that's a nice view, Keeks. But some more tips on the differences between these and kind of how I go about using them for different functions. For example, I might use the healing function in Snapseed for different things because Lightroom doesn't have that. Lightroom I definitely use to bring out pops of color. It's very good for that. So just the differences in how I sort of approach editing as a beginner on here. So I hope you will find that interesting and my caption videos interesting and more on engagement to come. Got a lot more things that we want to discuss on here. But that's it for now. So I hope this was helpful. Kira, you want to say our goodbye? I'm going to do our goodbye. All right. So, as always, if you have made it to the end of this video and you like what you saw, get your paws out and subscribe. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Let's see if she comes back. Kira! Kira, you have to say bye. I would move the camera over, but where she's sitting isn't ideal. Keeks! Keeks! Come on, Keeks! There she is! There she goes! All right, friends. Here, let's try to get a little shot of Kira. Bye! Bye-bye! All right. See you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching.